And I want to talk about Roy Williams and the North Carolina Tar Heels. So the North Carolina Tar Heels are in the NCAA tournament once again. Roy Williams, what he's done in North Carolina is pretty unprecedented. He's been in North Carolina for an 18-year period. And during those 18 years, Roy Williams has led the North Carolina Tar Heels to 16 NCAA tournament appearances. He's won 3 national titles. He's only had 1 losing season, and he's won over 75% of his games. And keep in mind, Roy Williams actually back at Kansas during a 15-year stretch won 80% of his games at Kansas. So Roy Williams is a well-proven head coach at the college level. Now, what is Roy Williams' legacy? To me, Roy Williams, his legacy right now is being the second best coach of his era. I think that Mike Krzyzewski is the best head coach of Roy Williams' era. But I put Roy Williams second behind Coach K. You know, Coach K, he's had a little more sustained success, has more national titles, has more career wins, has been doing it for a longer period of time. That's saying a lot because Roy Williams has done it for a really, really long time at a high level. I think that Roy Williams is actually one of the 5 greatest college basketball coaches of all time. I mean, he's won 903 games in his career up to this point, and we're still counting because I think Roy Williams is going to coach for at least another 4 to 5 years, okay? Only 12 head coaches in history have reached 900 career wins at the college basketball levels. That's unprecedented right there. And what has allowed Roy Williams to have success at North Carolina? What makes Roy Williams and the North Carolina Tar Heels an elite program? Roy Williams, to me, is a guy that gets the absolute most out of his players. See, when it comes to Roy Williams, he's sort of stuck in the middle of schools like Kentucky and Duke because while North Carolina is a big-time brand, I think Duke, as of right now, is a slightly larger brand just based off recent history, okay? And I do think that Kentucky, you know, is a little bit more attracting to certain players because it's a place where a lot of NBA players that are going to go one and done, that's where they choose to reside, okay? Because Kentucky is known as the place where one and dones go. Well, Roy Williams, you know, his job is much more challenging than people realize because while he's a big-time figure, he's not as famous as Coach K, considering the fact that Coach K coaches for Team USA, the Olympic team, okay? And whether you want to admit it or not, that's a big draw to a high school student, or I should say a high school player, because they're thinking to themselves, Roy Williams is a really good coach, but Coach K has coached guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving. I might want to go play for him. And meanwhile, you got Kentucky, the place where one and dones go. Roy Williams had to deal with the challenges of, you know, coaching at UNC. And while UNC is a big-time brand, while they do get 4-star players and 5-star players from time to time, you have to realize UNC is a very, very prestigious academic school. Only 23% of students that apply can actually get into North Carolina. And whether you want to admit it or not, Roy Williams has to recruit these players based on their academics and their grades first. Because if you can't get into the school, well, what's the point of recruiting you? Okay, so Roy Williams, to me, gets the most out of his 2-stars and 3-star players. And he'll get the most out of 4- and 5-star players as well. And like I said, he doesn't quite get the 5 stars that Kentucky gets. Because of Duke's brand, he's at a slight disadvantage. But he finds guys that are willing to buy in, and he develops those players. And it seems like Roy Williams is able to really relate to his players as well. The way he's able to plug in different types of players year in and year out and win playing different styles of basketball, to me is really fascinating. 1 minute UNC is a defensive-minded team. 1 minute they're all about their size and athleticism, and 1 minute they're shooting threes. So the way that Roy Williams over the years has been able to adapt and really shift the focus on the types of players that he's bringing in, that's the most impressive thing about him. Roy Williams, to me, is no doubt about it a Hall of Fame level coach. He's an elite head coach today, and outside of Coach K, aka Mike Krzyzewski, I can't name a better head coach of his era outside of Roy Williams. The era of Coach K, where we're in the 2000s and the early 1990s, So that's how I feel about Roy Williams. He's a class personified guy, and he's a great coach, no doubt about it. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.